I don't know if you saw this yesterday. In fact, I don't know how you missed it yesterday, but if you did, the Dallas Cowboys sent Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-rounders and Kenny Clark. It was the biggest trade we've seen in this sport, and I'll be honest, a really, really long time. And when trades like that happen, okay, with generational type players like Micah Parsons, that sends ripples across the National Football League, okay? So on today's show, I'm going to tell you exactly how the Micah Parsons trade affects the Baltimore Ravens. Before we get into it, we hit 34,000 subscribers yesterday, and I just want to tell you guys thank you. I'm so appreciative of how much you guys support me right here at the Ravens Rundown. I love getting to do this for you guys every single day. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you to all of you guys who have joined me so far. But I also will say we still got a long way to go, okay? Right now in the Chat Sports sub rankings, we're ahead of Texans today, but we're behind Michigan, Falcons, and the Broncos. Michigan, we're getting pretty close, okay? Let's try to climb this sub ranking as quickly as we can so we can prove to everybody at Chat Sports right here that the Ravens fans are the best in the business. So how does this impact Baltimore? Great question. First off, I think we got to discuss the trade rumors because they kind of started swirling late last week. And this trade for Micah Parsons means he's officially off the market for Baltimore. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Last week, Jeremy Fowler went on ESPN. I actually did an at-home video about it. And he said, I was told the Cowboys have received multiple trade inquiries on Micah Parsons. They're not entertaining those inquiries right now. Teams that make sense to me, at least that would be on the radar, are the Green Bay Packers, the Arizona Cardinals, and then he mentioned the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I'm curious if Baltimore was ever actually interested because that could have just been Jeremy Fowler's opinion. But if he thought they were interested enough for him at least to say to put them on the radar, then I kind of trust the guy who has a lot of sources in this league. If so, let's be honest, Micah would have wrapped this thing up. And I know you would have had to give something up in return, a player, a couple of first rounders for Micah. But if you would have added Micah to this currently constructed Ravens team, I mean, they should have just already given us the Lombardi Trophy. This thing would have been over because Green Bay is getting a stud. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's the only player since Reggie White to have 12 sacks in his first 4 seasons. Did you know that? Because that is absolutely insane. And we could actually skip this one next, Connell. We could just go straight to that next L3. But this guy is, I mean, I don't know what more I could say about him. He's a unbelievable player. And if Baltimore actually was interested, then that would have been cool. But for the time being, like, let's be real. I am more than fine with Oweh, Kyle Van Noy, and the newly added Mike Green. In fact, like, I think Mike Green can be this guy's go-to pass rusher for the next 5, 6, 7 years to come. That's how highly I feel on that guy and how excited I am that he's a Baltimore Raven. I'm curious, though. I want to hear it in the comment section down below. Who is the best edge in the National Football League? Let me know right now. I know we talked Micah Parsons. We're about to talk a couple of more edge rushers. But you get down there in the comment section. Give me your opinion. Who is the best pass rusher right now in the National Football League? So we gave you the first reason why it impacted Baltimore. The second reason is you got to look at it from the standpoint of how that affects Oweh's deal. Because you know that Oweh is on the final year of his rookie deal. And I love what he's been able to do. And I love what he's meant to this team so far. But the money that Micah Parsons got paid yesterday, I'm not going to lie, it kind of screws things up in terms of the pass rusher market. He set the newest, highest non-paid quarterback at the top, $47 million a year. TJ Watt was in second place with 41. He cleared him by $6 million a year. Usually that's like $1, maybe $2 million above the next guy. They went ahead and put him $6 million above. And I'm going to give you a little hypothetical. Like, what say you if Oweh comes out this year and he has a 15-sack season? Last year he had 10.5. It was his best year yet. We all know, you can see in this picture right here, he's added over 20 pounds of muscle during the offseason. So what if he has 15 sacks? He might price himself out of Baltimore because Baltimore has a ton of guys they need to pay. They just paid Kyle Hamilton. They got to pay Isaiah Likely, Tyler Linderbaum, Lamar Jackson, Travis Jones, and then they get to Odafe Oweh. Now, Odafe might be above a couple of those guys, but still, if you look at that list, it's a lot of really talented players. So I'm not saying that Baltimore wouldn't want to sign Oweh because they don't think he's good enough. What I am telling you is if he has a phenomenal season this year and he's a free agent, he might be gone because Baltimore can't afford him. And because of that, we very well could be seeing the last season of Odafe Oweh. I hope that's not the case, okay? Because I love everything he's done for this team, and I think he's just reaching his peak, just reaching his trajectory. But if that's the case, then honestly, there's nothing you can do about it. So be it. What there is something you can do is download the PrizePicks app. Take advantage of this awesome offer we're giving you right here by using code CLNS. You can get $50 in lineups if you just play $5. This episode, it's brought to you by PrizePicks. Preseason football's done. College football is here, so don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on PrizePicks. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in and win up to 2,000 times your money. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. And if you know anything about me, you know I absolutely love me some college football. So I am incredibly excited about the game tonight and about pretty much every game tomorrow. Most, though, my Tennessee Volunteers. That's why I'm giving you a little insight, okay? I know you probably haven't heard the name Miles Kitselman before, but take the more on his rushing or receiving touchdowns. For Arch Manning, I like his ability with his legs. Give me the more on his rushing or receiving touchdowns. And Ryan Williams against Florida State, I think that kid might go off. More 71.5 receiving yards. If you love college football, if you love PrizePicks, if you love, going 3 for 3, you can tail my picks. Or if you don't want to, you can fade my picks as well. Just make sure you do have PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. The link to this promo is in the comments and description of today's video. PrizePicks, run your game. Now, third reason that this trade impacts Baltimore is because it keeps him out of the AFC, right? When you have a guy like that who's in another conference and you hear the trade rumors start to bubble up, you kind of just sit, hope, and pray that he doesn't go to your conference and he's not a guy you might have to face in the postseason. Because you already have a ton of those guys, and I don't really want to add to that list. You have to face Myles Garrett. Now, I don't think you have to face him in the postseason, but you get what I'm saying. TJ Watt, Trey Hendrickson, Nik Bonitto, Danielle Hunter. Like, you've got some unbelievable pass rushers on this side of the National Football League. Micah comes over, that just adds another one, right? And we saw what an elite pass rushing group can already do when it comes time to play in the postseasons, or hell, even the Super Bowl. Like, look at what the Philadelphia Eagles did against Patrick Mahomes. Didn't blitz him once. 26 pressures, 6 sacks, 42.9% pressure percentage. Okay, so if you have an elite defensive unit, an elite defensive line, and an elite defensive player like Micah, and you play him, it does not matter how good you are. It doesn't matter what stage you're on. If they can get to you all day long, it's going to be hard for you to win that ball game. Last up, speaking of hard ball games to win, the last reason it impacts Baltimore is because Baltimore plays Green Bay on Week 17. And that game, I'm not going to lie to you, it just got a teeny tiny bit harder. Now, I'll be real. Before that, I already thought it wasn't going to be an easy game regardless, right? It's never going to be easy when you have to go on the road in the NFL, especially when that environment is Lambeau Field. But now with that added addition to their pass rush, it doesn't help your chances, okay? Like I said, this one's on the road. Probably the best road environment or home environment in this sport. It's going to be cold weather. Their average for December last year was 20 degrees. And you're going to be playing that one on primetime. And I know Lamar Jackson isn't as bad in cold weather as some people say he is, but he does have his moments in the elements, okay? Most likely for Green Bay, they're going to be in a division race by them. So there's a chance that game might mean a tiny bit more to them than it does to you. And now you also have to go against maybe what has turned into the best pass rush duo in the National Football League, and Rashawn Gary and Micah Parsons together. Now again, I don't want to sound like I'm waving the white flag, okay? Because I'm not. As long as Lamar Jackson's on your sideline, Baltimore can win any game that they play. I'm just saying the addition of Micah to Green Bay impacts it in the fact that that's not as easy of a game to win as it was before that. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Make sure you got me followed on social media. You can find me at Joey Peterson8 on Twitter, at Joey Peterson8 on Instagram. More than anything, though, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and you do that today for daily updates on your Baltimore Ravens.